Today we'll be creating this triptych with water-based drawing inks and isopropyl alcohol. This is a fun project that I think anyone could do, so let's get into it. For this project we'll be using some 300 GSM mixed media paper in A3 sizing, a tube of white, yellow ochre and cerulean all in acrylic and a tear-off paper palette. Some drawing inks, and this is the 24-piece set. We'll also be using a dip pen and a liner brush, roll of masking tape and a straw. A pair of gloves is also a good idea as ink can stain the hands. We begin by taping the sheets down onto a work surface. Remember to protect the surface if you don't have a dedicated art surface, because ink can be messy. We can then seal the 3 sheets. We do this for a few reasons. First, it will make the paper more resilient to the watery inks. It will also stop the ink from absorbing into the paper and will provide a nice background under the ink. Squeeze out some white, yellow ochre and cerulean blue onto a palette and create a blend of white and blue across the top 3 sheets. Work down the sheets and at the halfway point add a mix of yellow ochre and white and roughly blend it into the blue tone and continue to work across and down the page and allow this to thoroughly dry. Next we can pull out our inks and start applying them. We roughly applied them from left to right, using the sunflower to orange to scarlet, rose madder, then cross over to the next page, adding mauve, purple, lilac, magenta, moving to the phthalo blue, cerulean blue, into the teal and moving onto the 3rd sheet, and add some phthalo green, sap green, chartreuse and sage. Colour groupings are overlapped here and there, and then the ink is blown around the pages, allowing the colours to amalgamate with each other. Blow some colours across the page and others directly down so a flower shape is created. Stay inspired and don't miss a video from us. Subscribe and leave a comment below with what you'd like us to create next. We'd love to hear from you. We then add more colours here and there to make the composition more interesting. And some isopropyl alcohol is added. This disperses the pigment in the ink and creates interesting patterning. Have you created one of our projects? Make sure you send us a photo. We love seeing your creations. Once we are happy with the amount of ink on the sheets, we let all this dry. Our ink is now dried enough to add black line work to suggest the stems and trunks. Fill a small vessel with black ink and draw some lines down from the certain flower shapes and treetop shapes. Vary the thickness between the stems and stumps to add more interest. Allow this to dry. After it's dry, we can carefully remove the masking tape. Because this is on paper, we need to frame it behind glass. And because it's a triptych, we need 3 frames. We bought these from our local department store. And it's a simple job to remove the backing board, the cardboard, and place the mat over the work, and using some clear tape, adhere it to the top of the mat. Place the work and mat face side down and refit the backing board and hang it onto the wall. And voila! Well, thanks for watching. We hope we've inspired you to create your own fantasy forest with drawing ink. If you like this project, we've got lots more on our website. Jump online to check out our Create blog and sign up with Creative Connection to get lessons, inspo, tips, and more sent directly to your inbox. Staying inspired doesn't have to cost a cent.